everybody! If you're having trouble with the cases of German prepositions, you are not alone, and that is what this video is all about, helping you get those prepositions right. So join me for that. But first, let me introduce myself. I am Carly Sitzman, and I am a linguist who helps people learn German and communicate effectively in the language. So if you like getting interesting videos about German grammar and culture, subscribe, hit the like button, and join me for my other videos. So there are basically three types of German prepositions. There are prepositions that can only ever be accusative, only ever be dative, or so-called two-way prepositions that can be either accusative or dative. And if all this talk of accusative and dative is getting you confused, check out my German cases video where I go over exactly what those cases mean. I will put the link above for you. So let's first go over the prepositions that are accusative. Memorize these so whenever you see one, you can just use the accusative case in the prepositional phrase and your life will be so much easier. Okay, you have durch, für, gegen, ohne, bis, wieder. That's it. So I will write them below. Be sure you note them down and memorize those. Then we have the dative prepositions, which are aus, außer, bei, mit, nach, seit, von, zu, gegenüber. Those are always dative, so if you memorize those, you will know what to do whenever you see one. Then we have the two-way prepositions. You memorize these so that you know there's a possibility of them changing. These are an, auf, hinter, in, neben, entlang, über, unter, vor, zwischen. So once you have those memorized, I would conceptualize it as follows. Prepositions are dative unless otherwise specified. So default to dative whenever you see one of these prepositions. They change to accusative when you have an exception case. And exceptions happen when you want to show movement with the preposition. And this exists because in English you don't have words like into and onto. Well, in German you don't have those. You have them in English. So you don't have words in German like into, onto, and you need a way to communicate that movement with the preposition in German. So you do it by changing the case to accusative. So let's do a couple of examples. First, we could talk about being in the city or going into the city. So if you want to tell someone, I am going into the city, you could say, Ich gehe in die Stadt. In die Stadt. So die is the accusative version of the article associated with Stadt. So that makes the prepositional phrase accusative, which shows anyone reading or listening that there is movement into the city. If you just want to say that you are walking around inside the city and you are staying inside the city, you could say, Ich gehe in der Stadt. So this time, instead of die, we have der, because der is the dative version of die for this prepositional phrase. And by making it dative, we are showing that you are staying in the city and you are not moving in or out. Another one is onto. In German, you have the preposition auf, which means on. And so you could say, for example, Ich sitze auf den Stuhl. And that's den with an N as in Nancy. If you say that, it means I am in the process of sitting onto this chair. Ich sitze auf den Stuhl. If you want to say that you are already sitting on that chair and you are not going anywhere, you could say ich sitze auf dem Stuhl with an M as in Mary. That dem is the dative form of the article for Stuhl, and that shows everyone that you are not moving, you are staying in one place. That's the way it is. So the same thing works for the other prepositions. There aren't really good English equivalents that I know of, so I'm not going to do examples for those, but they all basically work the same way for those two-way prepositions. Okay, if you have any more questions about this, write in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you. But otherwise, happy learning and I'll see you in the next one. Tschüss!